Two grown adults have finally decided to become husband and wife. But you see, because people are not island on their own and everybody comes from a family, these people will later on be referred to as in-laws. And it's very important we understand the role they play. Today, we talk about in-law conflicts in matrimonial homes. It's important to understand that everybody comes from a family, and once we come from families, these people are very, very important when it comes to the upbringing of people. They have a say in what they say or what they do. They play very, very key roles in the actions that they take and all of that. So we cannot say that they don't matter. Family truly, truly matters, especially if you are from Africa, South America, Eastern Europe, Asia. You cannot take this for granted. For family, it's very, very important. It's something we are supposed to understand that. Now, there are a lot of reasons why in-laws will have issues with spouses, so either from the male side or from the female side. And the first one I'll talk about is money. You have to understand this is very important. Money is crucial to this process. Why? And I'll talk about it in two different ways. So the first one is marrying somebody who is a family hero. Very important. I understand this. So for example, here in Africa, I'm in Ghana, in Nigeria, all these beautiful African countries, there's a culture where people train their kids, people spend money to groom their kids, not because it's just a responsibility, but they are doing it so that the person will come and take care of younger ones and take care of they themselves. Now, it becomes a huge problem and it becomes a huge issue when the family hero, aka the person that is being, sponsored, that is, all the investments are going into the person. Now, right after their school, just when they started making some bit of money, now they say they want to marry. You, the person they are marrying, becomes a huge, huge, huge problem to everybody, because you are kind of like, stopping an investment that has been made. You are kind of, denying all those people. And I have a very good friend of mine who completed school and immediately decided to get married. And till today, the spouse or the wife still have issues with, the parent. She doesn't understand what she's done. She's like, I'm clean. I'm not done anything wrong. I've not hurt anybody. I've not insulted anybody. We are from the same tribe. I'm a black person just like he is. So what is really causing the problems? And then I told him that, look critically, your junior brothers and junior sisters, you were expected to, of course, there are certain families that don't give you those type of expectations, but I can guarantee you majority of families have these expectations on people or the person that they are spending so much money on. They might not tell the person, but they expect the person to know. So if you end up being with such a person with those huge responsibilities, and you come in, and because now they have their own family, they have to, take off their eyes and take care of you and the family that they're going to create anew, you will be hated for a very long time. So be very careful if you have to deal with somebody that is a family hero or somebody that has so many people looking up to them, so many financial responsibilities on them, things they need to take care of. You need to be smart and ask the person, what load are you carrying? What financial burden are you carrying? Are you done with the things you're supposed to do after taking care of your people? Do you have allowance? You need to understand all of these things before you decide to commit. Else, you will be seen as a family destiny snatcher. You came in, and our daughter that we spend so much money on to train her to get to this level, she's gotten to this level that she's supposed to take care of her younger ones, take care of we the parents. You came in and you married her away, right? And some families will see you as that bad guy or that bully that came in and spoiled everything. So you really want to be sure that the person that you are dealing with doesn't have those type of bags that they are carrying. So on the money, that is one part of it. Another part of the money also happens to be with, if you are seen as a gold digger. That is when you are coming from a home that is not so much well to do. And this happens so much when the other party has money or resources. And if you have experience of that, or if you've seen it happen to anybody, or you have an idea about it, please put it down in the comment section. It is very common when somebody is coming from a very low background, where there are scarce resources, and they are moving into another home where some way somehow there's some level of abundance. Sometimes you might face, it's not all the time, but sometimes or most times you might face some bit of repulsion. You might be seen as a gold digger who is coming to dip into the riches of old people that have spent so much time to build their wealth, just coming snatch. So to handle that, in most cases you need to prove that you also carry some value, that you are doing something for yourself, that you are self-sufficient and that you are not heavily dependent on, or you're not coming in just because of the riches that you see or the riches that the person has or the family that they come from. Very important if you want to have some bit of peace of mind. There's some bond that exists between mothers and their sons and fathers and their daughters that sometimes it can get intimidating. And somebody asked me that, what do you do about it when you see the bond is so tight and all of that? You just have to understand to which level you can tolerate. You see, the whole marriage thing, it's very long. Like they say, it's very long. It has so much complications. It will get complicated. It will get nice. It will get beautiful. But you want to, as much as possible, be sure that you can tolerate certain things. Of course, you cannot know everything, but be sure that you can tolerate certain things. And if you see a bond that exists, because whatever bond you are seeing is sometimes, most times, honestly, just going to get bigger, going to get tougher, and going to get stronger. So you want to ask yourself and really be sure, is this something I can personally take? Is this something I can handle myself? The way this guy is so closer to the mother, the way this lady is so closer to the father, the way, this family chemistry, and there are some families that they have family reunions, you have to be present with your spouse. The whole bonding thing is, it's they try to keep their family together. And you want to ask yourself, are all these things stuff I want to be part of or I can handle? You want to know. If you don't ask, you might get surprised. And sometimes it gets difficult when there's a pattern created and then you come in, and because you are not comfortable with certain things, their daughter or their son needs to stop doing certain things. You might be seen as a villain. Tribe. So depending on where somebody comes from, it becomes very, very crucial, very relevant. In the past, the world used to be very bloody, right? So tribes used to fight against tribes and they had issues here and there. Sometimes these fighting legacies or these conflict legacies exist between tribes. So if your family has not evolved from some of these crises or conflict, they might still be there. So you want to be sure that the tribal issues don't exist with your partner, or even if they exist, it's on a low tone. That needs to be established, because sometimes the younger generation try to downplay it and tell their family that, hey, you know what, it's not really important, it's not necessary, it's olden days. They might say a yes to you, but sometimes it might still be deep written down in their heart. And there are instances where people have been told that don't go to this tribe. And if you have examples like that, please drop it down in the comments, because on this channel we learn from each other and we try to improve each other. So tribe is a very, very important reason, or an important cause of conflict in matrimonial homes. So before you start your journey as a young man, as a young woman, you want to understand whether on the other side is tribe an important thing, and how serious do they take it, and to what level are they willing to allow or disallow. You have to have all of this understanding before you press the start button, because there are people that downplayed issues like this and got to the point and realized that, goodness, it was such a huge issue. The second thing to talk about is race. Human beings, we are in races, right? And sometimes there are some families that will not allow a particular race to be mixed. Some people strangely call it contamination. I don't know how that happens, but some people, say we want to keep the race or the blood pure, right? Some people actually say stuff like that. So you want to understand that where you are going, or the family that you want to join together with yours, do not have anything against interracial marriages. If they do, you want to advise yourself, because like I said, we can downplay it and say that, it's not really important here and there, but you understand that family plays a huge part in decision making of both parties. So if one party is heavily aggressive against interracial marriage, you want to look at. So race is very, very important, something that causes conflict in matrimonial homes. So 4 things. Which one strikes you the most? Which one do you have experience with? Which one have you heard people talk about? Drop down your comment section. It's very important to this video. It helps us so much, and it gives perspective to other people. People come and learn and all of those things. Very, very important. So please don't forget to drop your comments in the session. What do you think about in-law conflict in matrimonial homes? What have you seen? What have you heard? What have you seen people go through? What would you want to share? Because of course the younger generation comes to this channel to learn. So don't forget to drop down your comments. It's very, very important. And please hit the subscribe button, subscribe to the channel. Don't forget to hit the notification bell. It's very, very important. And share this video to someone else, and hit the like button as well. So as always, till we meet again, no matter the matter, it only matters when you and I decide to make it matter. Whatever you are doing, ladies and gentlemen, don't stop. And hey, my friend, keep going. I'll see you in the next one.